What it do, y'all? One time for your mind, I'm back again. Okay, now fellas, I want to talk about the reason why she's so attractive to you. And one of the reasons why you have to practice semen retention. All right, so let's talk about pheromones. Now you have to remember that the Almighty created animals for human beings, which is why you're the last. It's kind of like the best for last thing. You know, it's kind of like what a dad do when he's about to have kids. When your wife is pregnant, when your girl is pregnant, right? You try to get things together before the child comes. Well, it's the same thing with the Most High. He's a perfect dad, right? He wanted to get paradise ready for us, right? So he created everything, and then the human beings came, right? His children came. And I remember it was a few years back. I think they did an experiment on a moth, right? It was a female moth. Now, when this female moth released hormones from the glands of her abdomen, right, and a male smelled it, the male would become aroused. He would fly about 30 miles just to find that female moth and mate with it, right? So that's how potent pheromones are. That's why you can't see them, but you can feel them, right? And they play a big role in who you find attractive. Okay, now I know ladies, you might not understand this. This is why I'm trying to break this down to you. Because you have to remember that mankind, you are made in different chambers, right? Because the Most High said you're made in His image and His likeness. Okay, so have a lot going on in the spiritual realm. Now you have to remember that pheromones are what? They're behavior altering agents, right? That's what a lot of people like to call them. Okay, now there's 3 to 4 different types of pheromones. I can't remember all of them right now, but I'll try to remember them. Now, this type of pheromone that releases attraction towards a woman is an ectopheromone, I believe. Now this ectohormone, right? Now it's a behavior altering agent, right? It has the power to influence and alter behaviors. Okay, now I'm talking about sexual attraction. I'm talking about an immediate response, which is why it serves you greatly to hold your semen in, right? Okay, so not only are you gonna have energy, this is what you're missing out on. This is what you're releasing. Okay, now you gotta remember that Mike Tyson, right? Mike Tyson practiced retention for I think about 5 years, I'm not sure. Okay, and he was just knocking stuff out. Am I right? There's a lot of people that was afraid to go inside that ring with him, but because of money, they did that. All right, now I think Mike Tyson himself admitted that. I might put it up later on. Because so semen retention is very important. You gotta remember that Samson practiced semen retention until Satan used Delilah to throw him off of his square. He didn't know that she was plotting the whole time, right? That there were enemies in disguise working behind the scenes that sent her, right? You gotta remember that she was depleting him in many ways, not only getting him to cut his locks off, but she was probably depleting him because you have to remember, this wasn't a noble woman. Okay, now even though Delilah probably did care about Samson, so I wouldn't think it's too far-fetched to say that they were having sex and he was being depleted as well. There's 4 different types of hormones, right? The releaser pheromone, right? Now, like I said, that releases sexual attraction. That's an immediate response. And what do you have inside of you, ladies, right? You have the primer pheromone, right? Now that's usually for like cycles and stuff like that. And we have the signal pheromone as well, and that's found in animals, right? This is found in mother animals, like when they're trying to identify their young. And I believe the last would probably be the modulator pheromone, right? And that's usually found in sweat, releasing pheromones. You know, the Almighty created her to be attracted to that. So semen retention is a very potent and ancient practice to get this pheromone outside of your body. And this is what you're missing out on if you continue to spill your seed.